Hello everyone. So friends, in our previous lecture we saw that how we can stub consecutive calls to the same method in Mockito. So sometimes what happens is, let's say our class under test has one method which calls, let's say, void method in book repository class. So what do we gonna do with this void method? Because we are not returning anything. So in case of void method, we can't use when and then return because we can't return anything from the void method. So in that case, stubbing of a void method is performed in a different way. So let's see it via an example. If you go to book service, here let's say I create a method as void. Let's say method name is add book and it takes in a book, and inside this method what we are doing is we are calling book repository and we are calling, let's say, save method of book repository to save this book into DB. So we have created one method in this interface book repository. So friends, here you can see that when we call add book, we are passing in a book and then we are using book repository save method to save the book into DB. So when we'll perform testing on this method, we need to stub book repository.save method, and we also know that whatever the argument we have provided here, Mockito actually does the equals on this passed argument and whatever you have used in our test. So here let's say we create a test method. So here let's say we want to save book 1. So we have created book 1 and here we won't pass the ID because usually in real world projects, when we are saving any entity into database, the IDs are auto generated via persistence frameworks or via some sequences. So here we are calling book service add book method. We are passing book 1. So friends, here you can see when we'll run this test case, book repository save method is actually a void method. So here in our book service test we can't use when with then return. So to perform the stubbing of the save method in the book repository class, so here what we can do is in our test we'll call when. We pass the book repository object which is our mock object. Here we call save. We pass in book 1. So this is very similar to this stuff. And here just before when we can use one more method present in Mockito which is by name do nothing. So here we are telling Mockito that when book repository.save method is called with book 1, do nothing. So this method is used to stub out the void methods. So here when we'll run this test case, you can see the test save book got executed successfully. So in this lecture we saw that how we can stub out the void methods in our unit test using Mockito. I hope you like this video. Thanks, have a nice day.